Welcome peeps to Kickstarter Radio 102.4, and this is the footage of the live stream from the CCP devs that do the online game. And in the chat we had devs from the devs making the game, and we've got lots of nice juicy information. So this is going to be a quick video just listing all the juicy bits of news we got hot off the press as some really information came out. So number one, the artist for the game, Rick Javex, was and he basically said all the cards will have art in the final version, but he hadn't finished them when this prototype you see here was produced. So any card with a lack of art, expect the artist to get on it. That's super cool news. So still in development, obviously. Anyway, Jawka TF, one of the devs, started saying so much cool information. One was that on the topic of the 200% expansions, he said he's waiting for quotes from manufacturer. In fact, we are meeting with the manufacturer in person today. That's the 31st of January at Spielwaren Messe in Nuremberg, which is probably a board game convention, to talk about the possibilities of making it and how much it will cost. So we should have news on that relatively soon, but that's where we are. They actually met with the manufacturers today. All right, the pink Keepstar. There's actually two prototypes at the minute. One's got a sucker on it and the other one has a hook. Now they are going to wait until the final tile samples are in to choose which ones will work best. So we're not going to hear news on that for a while. That's the news on that. The add-on of the dice tray art is not final. Expect backers to be questioned on this and maybe a vote on the art. So just be aware of that. Although during the live stream they were talking about a possible dice tray, which would be an upgrade. Sorry, a dice tower, which would be upgrade for the dice tray. But that was just speculation, I think. News on the Titans. Yeah, they are large, but the base does fit on a board tile like a normal ship. And it will be built on a separate board. So if you're going 200%, you've got like a mini expansion. It's going to add 2 hexes per faction around the table. And you will basically assemble these during the game, and there's 4 parts in total, so you will be manufacturing them and you'll see them getting constructed, which is going to be so cool, peeps. Ooh, so exciting for that. Now next, Game Found was confirmed by the fact that they said in the pledge manager you will have split payment. So if you're wanting to go for the big pledges, you can simply $1 pledge in, and when you get to Game Found, as long as you're I think you've got to be over €200, you'll be able to split payment. And as it's not coming out till December, you've probably got let's say an 8-month payment plan, which will be something like, if you break it up like that, it'd be really easy to spread the payment as, say, the 200% game, right? So that's great news. Next, the design goal was to make it a 2-hour experience rather than Twilight Imperium's 8 hours, which is considered the best 4X game in the board game market. So this is one of the major selling points of the game, being a 4X. Apparently, if you do your first game, expect an hour to be added to learn the rules. And once you know the game, you should be able to get it in 2 hours or less. They said the dev team actually finishes it in 60 to 90 minutes. And this is because when you're making choices, you can allow the next player to begin the turn. So turns do go quite fast. If you watch the playthrough, it's really, really cool how you see it go around and you see this like simultaneous action thingy that's going on between players and stuff. It is rather cool. And there was one last thing is, the dev team think that if the campaign is successful, which I think they want to get probably half a million, so they've got the stretch goals unlocked. In fact, the 500k one is great because you can get rid of these cards here and you're actually going to get 3D components for the ore. That's going to be fantastic. They're basically saying that they really want to introduce many more expansions and games from EVE Online in the future. So there's potentially more stuff coming down the pipe for the game. and that's really, really awesome sauce. So, you know, potentially we might get some kind of campaign in the future, which is something I'm really excited about, is to play like a Sisters of Eve campaign against like having the game. This would be really good if this comes out in the future, which I think is potentially a path for it. Well, there you go. That is news from the live stream. It's a big whopping 4-hour live stream, I think it was. They had a big break in the middle and all that good stuff, and they kept referring to the rulebook because they didn't quite know exactly the rules. And you can see the rulebook coming out right now just to check things. But yeah, I won't spoil who won or anything like that, but you can see it's really cool on the table. Looks absolutely fantastic. And these like tokens that you can see here on the table here of space that they have claimed, that has already been unlocked. So we're going to have flags on the board for this. And oh man, it's just going to look so cool. And remember, all the stretch goals that are stretching will also be 200% big in the super big box. There is one other thing that was really cool. If I just get to it, come on, chat window. There, let's pause it, please. Look at that awesome art on the wall. Hey, is that the 200%? Man, if they sell that piece of art, that's going to look stunning, isn't it? Hey, I hope they do. I hope that's like an add-on in the Pledge Manager or something. But people say, what's that on the wall? And it's like, ooh, that's the Eve game. And you know what? We have tiles that are massive if you want to play it. Like, it's such a big advert for the game, isn't it? The 200% version of it. It just looks fantastic. Well, peeps, I'm looking forward to doing my final thoughts on the Kickstarter when it gets to it. There's so much more information to be gleaned from this monster Kickstarter, and that is the super cool stuff that I learned through this live stream. So, peeps, if you like this content, please give the video a thumbs up and keep subscribed to the channel, as I'm keeping my head as close as I can to this project, and will update you if any super juicy news threads come through just like this one. So thank you so much for watching. I'm your host, Lipstickpaddy. This is Kickstarter Radio 102.4. You take care, stay safe, and bye-bye for now.